So very good afternoon students. Once again after the gap of a week or a long period, so I am back once again. Panchanath V. Patil, you already know, as I have covered the chapter structure of atom students. Okay. So I have been given another very important chapter of first year NCERT syllabus, that is chemical bonding and molecular structure. Okay, it's what? Chemical bonding and molecular structure. And this chapter is a very important chapter of PUC first year science, especially chemistry. And this chapter is a very important as far need is concerned, need purpose as well as for theory purpose. And remember students, this chapter is a very basic for your whole organic chemistry as well as for inorganic chemistry also. Because with the help of this chapter, by studying the basic of this chapter, this will help you in second year P block elements, especially VS-EPR theory, application of VS-EPR theory for 13 group elements, 14 group elements, 15, 16, 17 and 18 group elements especially. And especially this chemical bonding is a very basic for inorganic chemistry and all the organic chemistry. What is sigma bond, what is pi bond, how to predict the sigma bond and pi bond, and how molecules they combine. That all you are going to study in this particular chapter. Okay. As per our Karnataka prescribed NCERT syllabus is concerned, this chapter chemical bonding and molecular structure is for, okay, that is 12 hours. Okay, according to NCERT syllabus, weightage is 12 hours and weightage of marks is 11 marks, carries 11 marks. 12 hours carries 7 marks. Okay, then these 11 marks, see, especially in part B. In part B, okay, we will have 2 marks questions, especially question number 13th will come for 2 marks. And in part C, especially question carrying 3 marks, questions carrying 3 marks, question number, okay, that is 20, 21 and 22. In the model question paper, as already told in the first beginning introduction class only, okay, see, 2 marks for question, that is question number 13. 1 to 10, all question carries 1 marks, okay. From question number 11 to question number 18 carries 2 marks question. Out of that, question number 13 will be from this chapter only. Then question number 19 to 26 purely inorganic chemistry, okay. That is one of the biggest chapter of inorganic chemistry that carries 11 marks. That's only all 3 marks questions. That is only question number 19 to 26. So 20, 21, 22. Question number 20, 21, 22. Okay, each carrying 3 marks. So 3 3s are 9 plus 2, 11. Right? This is for theory. As per need is concerned, students, this chemical bonding is very important. Okay, we will expect for NEET also, for NEET, JEE Mains and even JEE Advanced also. NEET, especially this is for 2 to 3 questions. Definitely 2 to 3 questions we will expect. 2 to 3 questions, very important as far as NEET is concerned. But this is considered to be basic building for your whole inorganic as well as for organic chemistry, both first year and second year. So will make your basics very strong here. So we'll start this chapter chemical bonding with the basics. Okay. So this is as per weightage of the chapter is concerned for theory as well as for NEET is concerned, students. Okay, right. Now without wasting the time, तो बच्चों क्या बताएं आपको, देखो ये चैप्टर 12 आवर्स के लिए है एनसीईआरटी के मुताबिक, ओके, और मार्क्स का वेटेज है 11 मार्क्स, और ये 11 मार्क्स आपको पार्ट बी में 2 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन रहते हैं, इसमें क्वेश्चन नंबर 13 आता है, और पार्ट सी में 3 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन रहते हैं, 19 to 26, क्वेश्चन नंबर 19 to 26 में 3 मार्क्स का, ओके, इसमें स्पेशली क्वेश्चन नंबर 20, 21, 22, ओके, ईच कैरीज 3 मार्क्स, इतना तो आता है, राइट। सो बच्चों, फिर से मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ कि ये चैप्टर बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट एंड बेसिक फॉर ऑर्गेनिक, बहुत फर्स्ट ईयर, सेकेंड ईयर और इनऑर्गेनिक के लिए बहुत बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है, राइट। सो वी विल मेक स्ट्रॉन्ग द बेसिक्स which will help you for further your first year and second year organic chemistry as well as for inorganic chemistry, and for the NEET also it's a very very important chapter, right? Okay, now without wasting the time I will move on to next. The question arises, see, what is the chapter name? Chemical bonding and molecular structure, right students? Chemical bonding and molecular structure. Okay, this question, generally question arises, what is chemical bond? But before that, before defining chemical bonding, I would like to give you basics, right? I told you basics. Okay, what is that basic? Let us see. In the introduction class, in the bridge course, earlier I told you regarding atoms and molecules, right? Okay. Here generally question arises, what is atom? I already know it is the smallest particle of matter which can take part in chemical reaction. Then what is a molecule? That's important. What is a molecule? What is molecule? ನೋಡಿ molecule ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So बच्चों, molecule माने क्या? See, molecule is also a part of matter. Molecule is also a part of matter which has capable of independent existence. Which has capable of independent existence. I already told you what is a molecule. It is a part of matter which has capable of independent existence. See, independent existence. Okay, and generally physical state of molecule is always what is that? Gas, right? So what is a molecule? It is a part of matter which is capable of independent existence, right? Okay, broadly we will classify molecules into homonuclear molecules and heteronuclear molecules. How do you classify? कैसे हम molecule को classify करते हैं बच्चों? कि homonuclear molecule और heteronuclear molecule. ನೋಡಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ನಾವು molecule ಅನ್ನು ಓಕೆ ಎರಡು ಹೋಮೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಹೆಟೆರೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಮತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ರೈಟ್. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ molecule is formed by what? Combination of 2 or more elements, right? But physical state is gas. Remember, physical state is gas, right? Okay. Now molecules, further they are classified as homonuclear and heteronuclear. Okay, homonuclear molecules and heteronuclear molecules. As the name indicates, homonuclear molecules means molecules which are made up of similar atoms or similar elements. Molecules which are made up of similar atoms or similar elements. Whereas heteronuclear molecules means molecules which are made up of 2 different elements or 2 different atoms. 2 different elements or 2 different atoms. Okay. What are the examples? See, what are the examples? क्या आपको उदाहरण? सर क्या है examples? बहुत सिंपल है, देखो बच्चों, homonuclear molecules के लिए हम क्या देंगे? देखो commonly आप general what will give hydrogen H2. Okay, then nitrogen N2, oxygen O2, chlorine F2, chlorine up of similar atoms. देखो दो हाइड्रोजन एटम इधर, 2 नाइट्रोजन एटम, 2 ऑक्सीजन एटम, 2 फ्लोरीन एटम्स, 2 क्लोरीन एटम्स, 2 ब्रोमीन एटम्स, 2 आयोडीन एटम्स, made up of similar atoms. Whereas here heteronuclear, 2 different atoms. Simple. What are those? For example, we can take HCl, hydrochloric acid, or sorry, hydrogen chloride acid, HBr, hydrogen bromide molecule. Okay, then HR, that is hydrogen iodide molecule, or even HF, that is hydrogen fluoride molecule. Not only this, even you can also give other hetero molecules like which existed gas, carbon monoxide, CO, like that. Even carbon dioxide, CO2, nitric oxide, NO. These are heteronuclear molecules, and N42. Like this, you can give so many examples. See, why I am telling this fact means we are about to define chemical bond. देखो बच्चों, मैं आपको क्यों ये पढ़ा रहा हूँ, दिस इज वेरी बेसिक. इसके वजह से आप क्या केमिकल बॉन्डिंग का डेफिनेशन मालूम इजी से हो जाएगा, राइट? ओके, सो मॉलिक्यूल्स आर ब्रॉडली क्लासिफाइड into how homonuclear molecules and heteronuclear molecules. Molecules which are made up of similar atoms or similar elements, okay, hydrogen to iodine. And molecules which are made up of different atoms, they are generally heteronuclear molecules. Hetero means different, homo means same. Right? So homonuclear and heteronuclear molecule. This is very basic because you will get confused here. Right? Okay. Now the question arises: how these molecules exist in the nature? How these molecules exist in the nature? ये सभी molecules आपको मैं एग्जाम्पल दिया ना, वो देखो नेचर में कैसे एग्जिस्ट रहते हो. How they exist in the nature. Generally question arises, what is the force behind them which make them stable? ನೋಡಿ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಗೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಈ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಈ ನೇಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ವಾತಾವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಸ್ಥಿರ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತವೆ? How they exist in the stable state. How they are held up. There should be some force, no, without which they can't exist, no, right? What is that force with which they are held in stable, which they are held tightly, firmly, right? That we are going to study further, right? Okay, now further, as I told you, molecules may be homonuclear or heteronuclear, right? But once again, you should know very perfectly these homo and heteronuclear molecules, once again they are classified as further. How? Just you can observe. Once again, homonuclear molecules, see, monoatomic gases. Example for monoatomic, that is monoatomic molecules. Okay, then diatomic molecules. Diatomic molecules, right? Then triatomic molecules. Triatomic molecules, okay? Then we can do here tetraatomic molecules. Tetraatomic molecule. Okay, then octaatomic molecule, right? That is octaatomic molecules. While giving this range, it's very basic. That's why I told you repeatedly. I am telling you, so don't get bored. Right? Monoatomic molecules के लिए क्या क्या examples हैं? जनरल आपको already मालूम है. Noble gases, all noble gases in the periodic table. I think in periodicity of elements already one of our friend Sanjeev sir has told you regarding all this, right? So here directly I will tell you what are these noble gases. Noble gases like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, except radon, because and radon. Radon is nothing but it's a radioactive. Okay, radioactive. So exceptional case. That's why see helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. See only one atom in a molecule. One atom ही रहता है. Okay, क्या है स्टेट? मॉलिक्यूल है, गैस है. मगर कितने एटम है एक गैसियस मॉलिक्यूल में? एक ही एटम. ನೋಡಿ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲೇನು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಆಟಮು, ಒಂದೇ ಪರಮಾಣು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂತ ಒಂದು. ಆದರೆ ಇದೇನದು ಅನಿಲ, ಘನ, ದ್ರವ, ಅನಿಲ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅನಿಲ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. That's why I told you it's a gaseous state. Please remember. क्या है बच्चों? Gaseous state. Number of atoms present in a gaseous molecule. Number of atoms present in gaseous molecule is called what? Atomicity. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Atomicity. So based on atomicity, molecules are classified as monoatomic, diatomic, triatomic, tetraatomic and octaatomic molecules. Right? That's why I told you independent existence always exists in the gaseous state. Okay? Right. So all monoatomic gases are what are those? Noble gases. Helium to xenon. I'll repeat. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon is a radioactive exceptional case. Okay. Then coming to diatomic molecules, already I told you that out of two similar atoms especially, that is nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, bromine and iodine. Okay? Right. See, these are diatomic molecules. Two atoms in a molecule, in a gaseous molecule. That's why these are called diatomic homonuclear molecules. Homonuclear diatomic molecule. Give an example for homonuclear diatomic molecules. Right? Okay, next triatomic molecules. Only one existing example is there. 3 atoms in a gaseous molecule, that is ozone, O3. Right? And 4 atoms in a molecule, tetraatomic, that is P4. Phosphorus atoms. 4 phosphorus atoms in a gaseous molecule. And octaatomic molecule, that is S8. Okay, S8. 8 sulfur atoms in a gaseous molecule. Remember. So that's why you have to by heart this. You have to be perfect, and these are to be at the tip of your tongue, students. Right? That's why see how molecule exists. See, they may be monoatomic, diatomic, triatomic, tetraatomic, or octaatomic. These are all what I gave you. All these are homonuclear diatomic molecules. Okay, made up of only similar atoms. Even we can have heteronuclear molecules also. For this tetraatomic molecules generally tetraatomic will generally not come. For PCl5, PCl5, this is pentatom. 5 atoms in a molecule. PCl3, 3 atoms in a molecule, but these are heteronuclear. SF4, sulfur tetrafluoride, pentatomic. Sulfur hexafluoride, SF6. Okay, iodine even heptafluoride, IF7, see octaatomic. This all comes under what? Heteronuclear molecules. Right? Tetraatomic, pentatomic, hexaatomic, pentatomic. Okay? This is heptatomic and this is octaatomic. See, 1 plus 7, 8. 1 plus 6, 7, 1 plus 4, 5, 1 plus 5, 6, 1 plus 3, 4. Depending upon the atoms, that's it. Okay? So, it is octaatomic, it is the heptatomic, pentatomic, hexaatomic, and this is tetraatomic, but heteronuclear molecules. And these are all homonuclear molecules. So, this first you should be very, very careful. This point is to be clear. So now with the explanation behind this, now I will come to the point. See, after knowing all this, that means molecules, they may be monoatomic, diatomic, triatomic, tetraatomic and even octaatomic. They may be homonuclear, they may be heteronuclear also. If they are made up of same similar atoms, they are called homonuclear. Different atoms, they are heteronuclear atoms. Very simple, students. Okay? Alright. Now with this background, I will take you to the definition of what? To the definition of what? What is chemical bond? And the question arises normally. क्या बच्चों, क्या क्वेश्चन आता है? How these molecules exist in the nature, whether they are stable or unstable, right? Definitely they are stable, but how? What is that driving force behind them and make them stable? That is only what is that? Chemical bond. Okay, that's why let us understand the definition of what is chemical bond and what is the reason for chemical bond. This is how the introduction of chapter starts. Okay. Okay, so with this background, students, I will take you to the definition of chemical bond. Definition of chemical bond. Question arises: what is chemical bond? Now I will tell you. Now you have seen so many examples. What are those? Molecules may be homonuclear, heteronuclear, diatomic, triatomic, monoatomic, tetraatomic, and even octatomic. How they are rendered, sir? That's only. There should be some physical or chemical force. It may be physical force or it may be chemical force. It may be attractive or it may be repulsive also. Attractive or repulsive. Akarshane, apakarshane. Okay. But attractive or it may be repulsive forces. So the simple definition, to be more precise, the simple definition for chemical bond is what is that? The attractive force. The attractive force which may be chemical or physical. Remember, it may be chemical or physical, which holds together, the attractive force which holds together constituent, that is atoms. The constituents may be atoms, okay, exist as ions or molecules. Remember, okay, or molecules in a compound of a substance. The attractive force which holds together what? Constituents like atoms, ions, molecules in a compound of a substance. Is called chemical bond. Is called chemical bond. Okay. Generally they may ask you in CET also, the chemical bond may be a repulsive force or attractive force which are balanced at certain distance. Definitely it's attractive or repulsive force which are separated by certain distance and balancing at a certain distance, to be more precise. It is called internuclear distance. Okay, how they are end up, that's only that. It may be a chemical or physical force. Right? Simple definition. What is if they ask you what is chemical bond means? The attractive force which holds together constituents, that is atoms, ions or molecules in a compound of a substance is called chemical bond. Okay? देखो हर तरफ का एग्जाम्पल्स में आपको ऑलरेडी दिया है. ओके, इसलिए क्या हो गया, मॉलिक्यूल्स नेचर में एग्जिस्ट रहते हैं. कैसे रहते हैं? एक तो एक फोर्स रहना ना, इसलिए उस फोर्स को हम क्या बोलते हैं? केमिकल बॉन्ड. इसलिए हम उसका डेफिनेशन क्या दिया है? अट्रैक्टिव फोर्स व्हिच होल्ड्स टुगेदर कंस्टिट्यूएंट एटम्स, आयंस और मॉलिक्यूल्स. ओके, दैट मींस इन अ सब्सटेंस they exist as either atoms, ions or molecules, right? Then they form compound of a general substance. It's called chemical bond. Okay, right? So this is the definition for chemical bond. Then question arises, sir, why atoms combine? Atoms क्यों combine होते हैं? Okay, ಯಾಕೆ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು combine ಆಗ್ತವೆ? Okay, chemical combination ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕ ಹೊಂದಾಣಿಕೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ, ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಸ್ಥಿರತೆ ಹೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ. ವೈ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಅಟೈನ್ stable state. Everyone, see, it is universal truth. Everyone wants to become stable. Very simple, right? See, we are existing on the earth, right? Why? Due to what? The gravitational force. Like that, molecules in nature, they are held by some attractive force. That attractive force is called as what? Chemical bond. Okay. Now students, let us go forward. What is the reason for chemical bonding? Why they will combine? There are two main reasons for chemical bonding. The two main reasons for chemical bonding. The two main reasons for chemical bonding is, let's tell you. After definition, the next question arises. What is the reason for chemical bonding? Next question is, what is the reason for chemical bonding? What is the reason for chemical bonding? Next question. There are two main reasons. First one, the tendency of an element to acquire a state of minimum energy and maximum stability. Okay, this is the very first basic cause for chemical bonding. Tendency of an element to acquire what? State of minimum energy and thereby acquiring maximum stability. So what is the meaning of this? So how, sir? Very simple. Generally it is applicable for us also. Let us take for day-to-day examples. If we see, students, if you are having more energy, okay, higher the energy, lesser the stability. Okay, highly unstable. Why? Because to become stable, that's the nature law, right? For example, see, if anyone is समझो एक मोटू है, right? एक पतलू है. मोटू ने पतलू को मारा, तो पतलू ने मोटू का मारता क्या? नहीं, इजीली नहीं है. क्यों? Because मोटू is having more energy. So more energy content, higher unstability. Okay, unstable, instability भी बोल सकते हैं. Unstable or instability of molecule. Higher the energy content, lower the stability. Higher the energy content, lower the stability. But पतलू क्या है? उनके पास already energy कम है. Already it is having less energy, therefore is stable. So lower the energy content, higher the stability. And कभी भी देखो किनके पास एनर्जी ज़्यादा रहता है, क्या करते हो? For example, you only students only, especially is college students or SLC college students, you will take a bike and you will ride the bike with a high speed of 120 to 140. Why? Because your energy. It is not you, your energy present in your body makes it to move like that. Okay, because it is present in the universe itself. So remember students, higher the energy content, lower the stability. Lower the energy content, higher the stability. ನೋಡಿ ನಾವು ಜನರಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಮಗ ನೋಡೋನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಉರಿತಾನೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ ಯಾಕೆ ಉರಿತಾನೆ? ಯಾಕೆ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದೆ, ಅವ ಉರಿತಾನೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನೀವು ಉರಿತೀರಾ, ಹಾಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ serious. It is an example to convince you. Lower the energy content, higher the stability. Higher the energy content, lower the stability. Right? So students, that's why the main first reason for chemical bonding is tendency of an element to acquire state of minimum energy and maximum stability. Lower energy, higher stability. Higher energy, lower the stability. Right? Okay. Second main reason, the tendency of an element. The tendency of an element tendency of an element to acquire a to acquire nearest noble gas configuration. Nearest to noble gas configuration. Nearest to noble gas configuration. Remember, this is the very, very important reason for actually chemical bonding. Not only stability, to acquire nearest noble gas configuration. Sir, why only noble gas configuration? Because noble gases are the most stable gas configuration having octet configurations. That's why. Okay? Right. So if they ask you what is chemical bond and what is the reason for chemical bonding means, chemical bond is the attractive force which holds together constituents, that is atoms or ions or molecules together in a compound in a substance. Okay? That is in the compound of a substance is called chemical bond. What is the reason for chemical bonding? The two main reasons for chemical bonding are tendency of an element to acquire state of minimum energy and maximum stability, and also a very important reason, the tendency of an element to acquire the nearest to noble gas configuration is the main reason for chemical bonding. Okay, this is the main reason for it, right? Okay. Now I will tell you next concept, Kozal and Lewis approach. After understanding the definition of chemical bond, what is the reason for chemical bonding? Okay, I will tell you. Kozal, that is Kozal and Lewis approach. Kozal and Lewis approach of chemical bond. According to Kozal and Lewis, okay, according to Kozal and Lewis, that is the year 1916. In the year 1916, Kozal and Lewis, okay, states that noble gases are the most stable, okay, elements in the periodic table, having 8 electrons in the outermost orbit or choice. That means they have a stable octet configuration. This is important. Octet configuration. Why I am telling this fact is because our main reason is what? To acquire state of minimum energy and maximum stability, right? That's only the whole periodic table. Noble gases, they are having octet stable configuration, completing 8 electrons either by sharing or by losing or by gaining. Okay, they will complete 8 electrons in the valence shell. The valence shell means outermost shell or outermost orbit. And the electrons are called valence electron. These electrons only deciding the chemical property of an element. They will decide the chemical property of element even in the organic compounds. Okay, and that's why according to Kozal and Lewis approach, even this G.N. Lewis is an American chemist. He has given Lewis dot structure further. Lewis symbols or Lewis dot structure to know the valence electrons in the valence shell of an element, which will help us to know the reactivity, the chemical, how many chemical bonds are found, the group valency, how to calculate the group valency further. Okay. So with this, just last I will try to give you information regarding what? Detailed information regarding these noble gases. Why? We are only referring noble gases. Right? Let us see. According to Kozal and Lewis, as I told you, noble gases, they are having stable octet configuration. 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Right. Okay. Now let us see. First one, helium. Except helium, atomic number 2, 1s2. Helium is only duplet. Otherwise, all other elements they are octet. Duplet, only having 2 electrons. Okay. What is the reason for chemical bonding? Elements that try to combine Y to acquire nearest to noble gas configuration, either duplet or octet configuration. Please remember. Only one exceptional example for noble gases which does not have octet is helium, because it is duplet. Right? Okay. Next after helium, neon. Okay. Neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and even radon. And the periodicity of elements you already know. How to know the magic number? What is that magic number? First period consists of 2 elements. Very short test period. Second and third period 8 and 8. Okay, then fourth and fifth period 18 and 18. Sixth period 30. Right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Go on adding this. You can easily remember the one atomic number also. So first one helium 2, 2 plus 8, 10. 10 plus 8, 18. 18 plus 18, 36. 36 plus 18, 54. 54 plus 32, 86. Right? So like the students, generally we know this number as what? Magic number. Magic number in the periodic table. Right? Okay. Let it be. This is helium 1s2. Okay, it is a duplet. Neon 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. See here, s2p6 configuration. Octet. Argon 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Krypton 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10, 4s2, 4p6. Okay. Then xenon accordingly 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10. Okay. 4s2, 4p6, 4d10, 5s2, 5p6. See, this I have told you already in the atomic structure, students, how to write by using K-level rule. Okay, lastly 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10, right? And 4s2, 4p6, 4d10, 4f14, okay, 5s2, 5p6, even 5d10, 6x2. 6, just count down 10, 18, okay, 28, 30, 36, 46, and then 60, 62, 68, 78, 80, 86. Like that, this one, yes, 6s to 66. Right? See, except helium as it is called as what? Duplet. Duplet, only having 2 electrons. Put up. Then S2P6, this is octet, completing 8 electrons. Completing 8 electrons, octet. Okay? This is also completing 8 electrons, octet. Completing 8 electrons, octet. Completing 8 electrons, octet. So generally, this is only one exception. Except helium. Okay, all other neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. They are all completing 8 electrons in the outermost orbit, and this is considered to be the most completely filled orbitals. They gain extra stability due to symmetric arrangement of electrons according to Ohm's rule. Remember, that's why students, atomic structure, periodicity of elements, and this chemical bonding, they are very much interrelated to each other. If you want to understand chemical bond, compulsorily have to go through periodicity of elements and structure of atom, then only you can easily understand chemical bonding. To know chemical bonding compulsory, students, you should have to practice. Once again I am requesting you, please parents also, try to make them to write the electronic configuration of elements minimum from 1 to this, from hydrogen up to 36 krypton at least. Okay, without which you can't understand anything, because here electronic everywhere you will go, electronic configuration for ionic bond, covalent bond compulsory, right? That's why make a practice of electronic configuration from structure of atom, okay, and knowing the elements even with the periodicity of elements, then you can easily understand this particular chapter. Okay, right. See, last day we wind it. What today we have covered, students? What is the definition? Molecules. Okay, what are the different types of molecules? How they exist in the nature? What is the definition for chemical bond, and what is the reason for chemical bonding? And then this one, according to Mossel and Lewis approach, noble gases are considered as stable octet elements. Okay, octet configuration except helium. Helium is duplet, and all other elements they are octet. Why the molecules combine, students? They in order to what? Have a state of minimum energy and maximum stability, and the main reason is to acquire the nearest to noble gas configuration. Why that, sir? Because according to Mossel and Lewis, they are all attaining octet except helium, right? So this is the introduction part what I give you, students, in mechanical bond, right? So tomorrow's class, students, we will approach very importantly Lewis dot symbols. Lewis symbols or electron dot structures, which is very important. And also before that, I will tell you what are the types of this chemical bond depending upon the nature. Or else just in 1 minute, just I will focus today. Tomorrow we will continue. See, now you know that molecules, they be homonuclear, heteronuclear, held by some attractive force, right? Okay. But what is the type of the force? These homonuclear and heteronuclear molecules, either they are held by, mainly depending upon the nature of bond. Basically there are 3 types: ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond. I'll repeat: ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond. Okay, if they are not held by these forces, ionic, covalent or coordinate, these molecules or atoms or ions, they are held by, okay, some another force is called as weak van der Waals forces of attractions. Weak van der Waals forces of attraction. They may be dipole-dipole, dipole-induced dipole, or induced dipole forces. Okay, in van der Waals forces of attractions. Then, if they are not held by this, they may also be held by metallic bond, especially in metals, alkali metals and transition metals. They are held by metallic bond. If not, they are held by especially another type of bond or force is called hydrogen bond, hydrogen bonding, hydrogen bond. Okay, like this, you will have the various kinds of chemical or physical forces. Van der Waals forces comes under physical forces, rest other they all comes under. Van der Waals force and hydrogen bonding, they comes under physical forces, rest other they are chemical forces. That's why I told in the beginning, chemical or physical, right? So once again repeat, basically there are 3 types of bonds: ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate. Or else they are held by weak van der Waals force of attraction. Once again in weak van der Waals force of attraction, dipole-dipole, dipole-induced dipole, induced dipole, right? And very strongest there only hydrogen bonding. Okay, if not, they are held by, especially in metals, you will observe metallic bonding. See, this is the first, the very basic part of the chemical bonding. Okay, so once again complete, students. Why atoms combine? Atoms combine in order to acquire state of minimum energy and maximum stability. And then main reason is to acquire the nearest to noble gas configuration, because according to Mossel and Lewis, these noble gases are having a stable octet configuration except helium. Helium is only duplet, rest all other. Neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, they are all octet, completing 8 electrons in the valence shell. As according to Hund's rule, completely filled orbital, they gain extra stability due to symmetric arrangement of electrons. Right, students, we'll stop here today. So tomorrow's class, very interesting, we will study once again what are the types of chemical bonds, and then Lewis dot formulae or Lewis dot symbols. So thank you and have a good day. Thank you.